Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another WWE Champions video, and this is another episode of the top 5 characters to take 7-star. This one is going to be on Showboat females. Now, Showboat female is really interesting, as there's actually not that many characters, female-wise, that I think are relevant enough to want to take up. However, the ones that are relevant are really, really good and actually very strong, just females in general. I mean, heck, some of these you can even consider in the top 5 of just best females in the game. So that's really interesting about this. But in case you have not seen any of these other videos I've made on this, these lists are subjective. Obviously, it's my opinion. Take what you will. You know, obviously your opinion matters as it is your roster. My goal of these videos is to help inform you on what I think is the best choices of what they need in order to be good characters to want to take 7-star, and for you to absorb that information and use that information to hopefully help you make good choices on your roster for people that you want to take 7-star up that you will not regret. As always, it's always going to be your roster. So again, if I have a character at number 1, but you really like the character at number 3, take up that character, then the 7-star. Again, it's your choice. If you are not familiar also with this, I have the top 5 and then 2 honorable mentions, and the honorable mentions are in no particular order. We start with the honorable mentions, and then we will go down the list of the top 5. We'll start with honorable mention here. She's right here, and that is going to be Charlotte Flair's Second Nature. Now, Charlotte isn't really that great anymore to me personally, especially now with 7-star health pools. Her gears do help her out a lot, and if you can get them, I would highly suggest, if you can, to get these gears. They are in the faction shop, so please buy them, as yellow 75, multi 2, and all color 3 is very important to help get her going. The main reason, though, she's actually on this list, especially for 7-star, at least currently as of recording this video, she's the only really good character to run in Reality Era for female. She just doesn't have a lot of other stuff that's really good. She just doesn't have it. So she just doesn't really have great damage output either anymore. I mean, Insignia does exist, and that'll help her, but it's not enough. But the main reason I say this is her damage isn't the worst, especially compared to a lot of other characters. But she is a Reality Era female, which, if you've just seen the feuds that we just had where Reality Female is a thing you have to do, having her 7-star would make your life a lot easier, but she's definitely not the first choice I would have, personally, of who to take up. So, that is what it is, right? I'm also trying to think real quick who was the last Showboat female in the game to come out. I think it's Becky. So, just in case, if you're someone from the future where there is a new Showboat female, just keep in mind, I believe Showboat Becky was the last Showboat female in the game to come out. But yeah, honorable mention, Charlotte Flair. She just doesn't have a lot of great stuff. This is how I run her. Her multis aren't the worst, but it's not enough to get her going. It's just, there's not a lot for me to really enjoy with her, but she's on this list because of that Reality Era. As unfortunately, she is the best one so far, in case, obviously in the future that might change, but as of recording this, she is number 1 on Reality. So if you do struggle with that, may take her up, because that's why mine's 6 gold. Alright, second honorable mention here is going to be Asuka Arcade Assassin. Almost for the same reason, but a little bit better, because she actually is a relatively usable card. I did make a whole video on her. She can actually do some really interesting stuff if you run her the Pyro way, or if you run her the kind of normal way, or if you use her against specifically strikers. She doesn't actually. She actually can hit. She can do a lot of damage. About 300 mil, honestly, in some cases. So at 7 star, she's probably pushing 300 pretty easily. Is that enough? No, I don't really like that. That's pretty low end, to be honest with you. But she is also new gen, which, to be honest with you, she's probably the best new gen in the game. Play options, again, I like the hard times play. I am running her Piper because that's what I tried in the video. The reinforced yellow or reinforced rainbow play also works extremely well if you run the other builds. It literally just depends on you if you want to take her 7 star or not, because yeah, this is the one that I think I was originally running on her. So, you know, she's not an awful choice. She can do a lot for you. She's not going to hit as hard, but again, new gen female, this is pretty much who you're rocking for the most part. And this is why she's an honorable mention, just because Charlotte and Asuka, anyone below them, they don't really exist. There's not a lot of, you know, female showboats actually in the game that I think are very good at this point in time. But Asuka is going to be my second honorable mention, just because new gen, and she is better than Charlotte. Let's be real, she is probably better, but both of them do a big niche of an era, which obviously for big feuds like we just had is important to run. All right, now for the first time in a video, unlike if you've ever seen any of the others, I have a definitive number one. Definitive. This one does not have a definitive number one realistically, because it mainly depends on what you have on your roster. And we're going to go over that. Number one, I have number one here is Becky. And number two is going to be, I'll just tell you guys right now, number one is Becky, number two is Rhea. Both of these can pretty much swap depending on how much you have for each character. So that's not like, I think if you have everything, I think Becky's better. But, you know, you most likely don't have everything, let alone for both characters. So let's talk about each one and tell you what they need in order to be as good as they can be. Becky has moments. They're both in the these moments here that gives them more health. They're getting more damage. They're getting multi-strength. So on and so forth, right? So they both want these moments. However, Becky is in, let me just quickly show you. Becky is in another moment that I do not own. I believe it is the John Cena one right here. Becky is in this one that gives her an additional 50% health and more multi-strength and more gem damage, which makes her technically get more health than Rhea. So Becky has the most health in the game, period, at this moment in time, of 200% health buff, which is a absurd amount. So she's going to be the healthiest character literally in the game, I think, at this moment in time. So that's a big number one right there on why I think she's better. You do want the gear as well for multi 4. That helps her out a ton. And it also depends on what build you want to run. I'm currently rocking triple purple, and I'm kind of leaning towards maybe swapping it out. If you have the iguana plate, I think these cross breaks look really interesting, and it gives her trap gem reversal. She's got some stun. She's got a bunch of stuff. So Becky also has some different moveset options and different plate options that are really gonna like work out for you. Like right now, I'm running these again. Cross break, put universal crossfire on there, and you can have the Mr. Iguana plate on there. So now she's dodging stuff. Really good stuff there as well. So that's why for me, Becky's number one, just because in general, if you do have everything for her, compared to Rhea, I think Becky is going to do a bit more for you. However, let's say you don't have everything for Becky, but you have everything for Rhea. Oh, then that's where we're going to get to Rhea. So again, you might not have everything for her. You might have more for her, and then I would say take her over her. It just depends on what you have. Both of these characters I can consider number one or number two. They kind of just flip. Like realistically, right? Becky I think is better because she has more health She's in another moment and so on. But it's not like Rhea isn't very good either. So my Rhea, I put in Rhea number 2. Obviously, it depends on what you have. Rhea does have 3 moments. However, this one right here, the Dominic Mysterio one, is only just gem damage. There's no health. If it was health, I think you can definitely make a more comparable argument between the two, which is a big deal. So now, again, also Rhea has some very interesting movesets. I have been testing out this build right here that does a lot of damage. It's probably the most damage a female Showboat is probably like doing consistently without like having cascade risk or anything like that, because it is just a sub. You increase, you destroy the board, and you're going to do a lot of damage. Or obviously you can run the standard build of the Gut Wrench with the full Nelson, and it's a great reversal and it does a lot of damage still. So again, that is just depends on what you guys want on your Rhea and how you want to run her. As well, this gear is mega important to her. Color 4 just makes her just way stronger, literally in every single freaking way. So having that is going to make her also just even better. And now, so belt wise, it depends on how you run her. If you run her this way as well, you could run a Glowing Fate, Naomi's plate, or a basic mini green rumble. I, however, can pretty much tell you, no matter what, you're going to want a ultimate green rumble. I only have one, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it to put on Rhea yet, as I do have Becky with more stuff. Where is it? Where is it? I must have passed it. There it is. So obviously destroy 30 random gem. Just make 30 green. So she's a gem checker character. She can't run anything that like really increases her gem other than the submission plates. Because this move is a combo move, if in case you didn't know, combo moves cannot set plates off till like after the turn. So a reinforced plate literally will benefit her. It's the same issue that a lot of other people have in the game as well as combo moves. Just don't benefit really that much, but that's why she's got that increase. So that's why Rhea's number 2 for me. It's because if you do have everything, I think Becky's better. But again, it just depends on what you guys have for a roster. Either or, I think, is a great choice for 7-star. Because to be honest with you, these were my 2 options when I was taking people 7-star. Is I was like, do I take Becky or do I take Rhea? I had more stuff for Becky, that's why I took Becky. So it's just gonna depend on what you guys have. Number 3 is a really good character actually that I think will only get better as time goes on, and that's Michelle, All-American Diva. Michelle is really good for a few reasons, because she's basically Asuka and Charlotte, but like turned up times 10. Because she fits a niche of an era, because she's RA, and she's by far the best RA female, I think, in the game. So she fits that niche super well. But on top of that, she's just legit a good character to use and play with. So let's go over what makes Michelle so good. Well, Michelle, as the first character, and actually the only character on this list, to have a hot tag. So she can do some hot tag shenanigans that increases green by 350% for 2 turns, which is absurd. By the way, I should do a hot tag video on her, but she's got a really good freaking hot tag, right? She's got a great hot tag. She's got a gear. I do not have the gear. If you can get this gear, my God, does she become even better? All color 5 is no joke at all. More MP, the freaking better. So if you can get that, amazing stuff there too. Moveset depends on what you want to do. I currently run her this way. This is by far not the best way you can run her, but she does have a lot of great options as well. If you have a green Piper plate, you can run this move, have this move, and then run the European uppercut. That'll do pretty good damage as well. She's got a really good kick out. It's one charge, basically old school zombie Roman days, but she didn't get nerfed, unlike Roman did. If a Black Piper plate ever comes out, my goodness, she's going to be even better because, yeah, Pyro, straight 4 whole board black on these multis is going to do a lot of damage, especially if you have that gear. That means you can run more multi strength on top of that. So, and I presume we will eventually get a Black Piper, as I believe that is the only Piper plate left now, as of recording, is this one, is a Black Piper plate. So, Black Piper plate Michelle might make her actually go up higher on the list. But right now she's going to be number 3 because she does do a lot of stuff. A lot of good builds of moveset stuff. I'm running this, right? Get the reinforced plate off. This doesn't help her at all. I don't know why that's on her, but my Michelle's kind of scuffed. Yours is probably a lot better than mine, especially if you actually have any of the stuff. She's also in, I believe, a moment? She might be in that John Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she's in the John Rumble, which gives her Reinforce 300 if you run a Reinforce, All Gem 50, Multi 3, 50% more health. Like, that's hard not to beat there. So, I can definitely say Michelle does some really, really good things for you. So, Michelle McCool is number 3 for this reason. She can do a lot of stuff, and to be honest, she's going to get better once that Piper comes out. Once that Piper comes out, she's just going to be just really, really strong, I think. I mean, I don't know if she's going to be a 1 billion character by any means, but I do think she will comfortably hit hard enough to take down a lot of cards in the game. So, that is why Michelle's number 3. Number 4, I have Maxine Dupree, Alpha Academy. Now, 4 and 5, I think, are also interchangeable. It just depends on how you feel with certain gameplay. And this is why, for me, she's 4, because her gameplay is a lot easier than the one in number 5. So, let's go into Maxine here. Belt-wise, I don't know why I don't have anything. Oh, I just, like, completely stripped it off her. Okay. So, Maxine, I think it's pretty easy to say this is her best moveset. She really wants Green Piper Plate, I think, to really get going. I don't know how much damage this is doing, but considering this would be a Green Piper Reinforce, increased gem 175 green, I presume a lot. And if you wanted to, you can actually double down on this build as well. As if you put the pyro at the very top, you can make it blue. It's a little bit of cascade risk, and you run the MP plate break blue gain green, which will fill this move up. You can actually double down the green piper and the increase twice, which is a significant buff as well. So she's actually a really, really heavy hitter if you have the green piper. Her gear I do have. It's not the greatest thing ever. It's only reinforced 100, but it does help her out. So if you can, that helps her out too. And she's got moments. She's got this moment that gives her another green 50, which is always useful. And then the actual moment of hers, which is Pyro 100, which is kind of whatever, but another green 50. So, really, actually, really good. But extra 100% green gem, green Piper plate, increase and reinforced gems. You really can't go wrong with that. I don't know how much that's actually going to be hitting for, but I presume really, really well. Probably easy 500 mil, I think. So, probably right around Michelle. I actually think you can maybe make her better than Michelle. You can put her higher than Michelle. But once Michelle gets Black Piper, I think that's going to change quite a bit. But I do actually really like Michelle. It's just Becky and Rhea exist, which just completely kind of tones Michelle down. Not Michelle, Maxine down. Kind of tones her down a little bit, but it's still a viable option for 7-star, I think, especially if you do have that Green Piper. So that's why Maxine is number 4. And now, lastly on the list, number 5 is going to be Jade. Jade Cargill Storm is coming. Jade has really interesting things she can do. It's not my favorite, but if you're willing to do it, she's actually very strong in some cases. So let's go over this. She's in some moment. She's in the evolution moment, which is, huge plus because that's 100% health. All color 50, multi 3, which she definitely benefits. She's also in this one, which we just looked at, but this has multi 2 and green 50. So she's getting some extra multi strength there as well. From what I know, it is this build, right? No, it is not this build. This is a way to run her. I believe it's these. I believe it's that. Yeah, just freaking max it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I believe it is this build. Multi, yellow, and then the Juggernaut. Again, correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's what most people run her. As this is a built-in increase per a Juggernaut of giving you 90, I'm guessing 100% increase at 6 gold. Big multis, I believe this goes to like a 7x5 or something of strength 7s or something. I don't know. And then that choose 6 yellow that goes up as well. And what they do is they do a 5 match on the wild card to set the Juggernaut off. And then I believe they Mayplate. They use the May plate and like the John Cena plate as well to really, really buff her up and get a lot of gems out. Because multis with like, I don't know, 300% increase on gem is pretty good. I know she can do a billion. However, the reason why she is number 5, even though she can do a bill, is she's legit just Cascade risk. Like, that's my only problem with her. She's a bit choosy, but she's Cascade risk, and there's no real way of getting around that. Because you're at least doing a wild card, which is just not something I'm a huge fan of. Especially, now mind you, it depends on what you have. For instance, like, number 2 on the tech mail list was Finn Balor, Beyond Judgment, and my favorite build is that I think form is going to be red, yellow. Well, that's a 5 match. The difference is he's got countdowns, he's got botch gems. He has ways to make himself very safe so that he's not going to get hit, even if he does Cascade. Jade, unfortunately, really doesn't have a way to do that unless you're an absolute whale and you have the Ghostbuster Juggernaut minus MP plate. But like, that maybe 2 people have that skill plate. So no one's really going to have that. Which means, yeah, Jade doesn't really have any safety when it comes to her Cascade risk. So if she does pin, she is going to be taking a hit pretty easily. And if they have a sub, it really, really tanks her a lot to the point where she's probably just going to lose the match entirely. And that's why I'm not really a big fan of her. She feels like a glass cannon to me. Great damage. She's probably the heaviest hitter on the list, to be honest with you, other than maybe sub-build Rhea. But Jade can Cascade, and there's no way to really make that safe for her. Hence why she's 5. Obviously, if you're into that and you're okay with that risk, then take her up because, yeah, she's going to hit. But to me, it's not worth that risk, as just 5 matches nowadays are usually stuff that you don't want to be doing anymore, unless you have like a choose move that does it with a pin bar or whatever, right? But she doesn't have that. Granted, she is an older card. I'm actually surprised we haven't gotten a new Jade, but she is an older card and she still holds up. So she's not too bad. She's in some pretty good moments. She's going to do pretty well. But it's just, yeah, that Cascade risk is what brings her down to me. But because she has big damage, that's why she's number 5 and not an honorable mention like Asuka and Charlotte. So that is my list. That's top 5, 2 honorable mentions, 7 people for 7 stars in order to me, other than obviously honorable mentions, but realistically, Asuka is better than Charlotte. It's not close. So to recap, honorable mentions, we had Asuka and Charlotte. We had at number 1, Becky. Number 2, Rhea. Again, interchangeable depending on what you have. Number 3, we had Michelle. Number 4, we had Maxine, and then number 5, we had Jade. So that is my list. Let me know what you guys think on it. Who are you taking the 7-star for female showboats? As my first one was Becky. I took her and Seth up pretty much instantly as soon as I could. But this was a tough choice between her and Rhea, but I think because I had more, Becky made more sense. So let me know what you guys think on that, on this list. If you guys agree or disagree, or you think I should add something else on top of it, maybe another character should have been shown, let me know. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share to help me out. We're already at 300. We're already at 320 subscribers, which is crazy to think about, considering we hit 300 like, I don't know, 3-4 days ago. So thank you guys for the support of subscribing. It helps me out a lot. So please keep helping me out and join the dynasty, as I'm very happy to keep making videos and keep making content just like this. Next video, we're going to be working on the acrobats male for who to take 7 stars. So stay tuned for that one. And if you're here for this long for me to say it, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.